Sometimes it's just better to stay home. Or is it? There are a lot of reasons you guys give us of why you don't go backpacking. But the thing about all of them is they're just excuses. So in this video, we're gonna cover the top 5 excuses we hear and see which ones might apply to you. Personal tragedy is one thing. We're not saying skip out on a family member's funeral, but what we are saying is there's a bunch of reasons that might not be good reasons to not go backpacking. I'm Tayson, I'm the founder here at Outdoor Vitals, and this channel is all about getting you out comfortably and confidently into the backcountry. And I'll do that if it's the last thing I do. My number one reason I'm gonna save till the very end, because it's the most common, but I also have something to go with it. So let's start with number 2. So the first reason I'm gonna cover is actually those people that just think there's too many trails, there's too many opportunities, there's too much great gear. So you know what? I just don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed. I'm gonna do nothing. Those analysis paralysis type people. And to you, I say, moving forward is always gonna be better than standing stagnant. At the end of the day, when you look back on your life, you're gonna be way happier having done something than having sitting there and wishing for that perfect opportunity, because perfect will never come. You've probably got a bunch of trails on your list. Just pick something, the easiest thing, and go do that first. And from there, you'll figure out the next step. The next excuse up is I'm not in good enough shape or my window of time has passed to get out and do backpacking. And that again is simply an excuse. I will say social media and other aspects have made you feel like maybe you have to go do some big elaborate hikes and that you can't do those and so you can't go at all. But the fact of the matter is you can do smaller hikes or you can just go at your own pace. No one says the miles you have to do or the pace that you have to go at. Some of my favorite trips have literally been a half a mile off the road, and by going just that far off the road, it completely changes the trip. The fourth excuse is that there are bears and boogeymen out there that are going to get you. But the fact of the matter is, it's just not true. I haven't seen any boogeymen out there, and I've been out there quite a lot. Fears are simply unknowns. And the more you do something, the less unknowns there are and the more comfortable you get. Ease into it if you need to. Start by going out and camping in your car, and then camp next to your car, and then camp a half a mile from your car. Whatever it takes, but by going out and experiencing it, those unknowns become knowns, and those fears will disappear. The fifth reason, before I jump back to my number 1, and probably the excuse that is gonna apply to you, is there's nobody here to hold my hand. If there's not someone here to pull me out of my house, borrow me the gear, do all the work for me, I'm just not gonna go. And to you I say, figure out your why. Figure out your why so that you have the motivation to get out there. You don't wanna be the guy that in 10 or 20 or 30 years says, man, I wish I would've gone after that backpacking thing. I wish I would've attempted it. I wish I would've gone and had those experiences. Don't be that guy. Let the pain of regret that could be fuel you to get out of your house and go do it right now. You can go by yourself. You can start basic. You can start easy. You don't have to shoot for the moon on your first trip. You don't need someone there to hold your hand and take you outside. All right, you guys made it to the number 1 reason, the bonus reason of why you don't get out and go backpacking. And that is, I don't have good enough gear. And that simply is an excuse. I've been in your shoes. I have not been able to afford gear before, or at least that's what I told myself until I got crafty with it. When I was in college, I was first getting into backpacking, I literally was living on things like macaroni and cheese, but I still found a way to get out and go. You can go to thrift stores. You can go to local garage sales. You can do whatever it takes to get the gear. Now, you might not get the gear that's gonna take you to the base camp of Everest, but you can get the gear that can take you out and get your feet wet with this, right? Do try to get gear that's not gonna allow your feet to get wet. It might not be a long trail. It might be something that you have to do in the summer at first, but get out there and do it. Find the gear, trade the gear, borrow the gear, find it at the local thrift shops. You can do this. I know that you can because I've been there and I've done it. I am on a mission to get you guys out and get you backpacking. I know the value of that and I know that it can help people in their lives. So because of that, I'm actually gonna give you your first step towards getting on trail, which is a backpacking pillow. I'm gonna give that to you for free if you help us out with the shipping and handling on that. So just click the link down below and you can get that for free as your first step to backpacking. Now, if you're gonna take charge of your future and actually get out there on trail, it can be helpful to see what other people are bringing. So up here, I'm going to link a video where I went through every piece of gear that I took on the Uinta Highline. Go through that and see what you're missing, and then head out to the local Goodwill to make sure you're ready to get out there and go. I'm sure one of these excuses has applied to you now or previously. So leave that down in the comments below, and with that, I'll see you guys on the trail.